Hello everybody, David Shuster here. If you thought the Jeffrey Epstein scandal and cover-up could not get any more obvious, just wait. Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell is now seeking a presidential pardon, and Donald Trump is leaving that possibility open. Here's the latest reporting from NBC News.
House Democrats say documents from a whistleblower show this woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, is in the process of seeking a commutation from the White House. Remember, she's serving 20 years for sex trafficking minors alongside Epstein, and was moved to that lower security prison camp not long after meeting with a top DOJ official to talk about the Epstein case. She says she's much happier there, according to recent emails obtained by NBC News. The White House tonight says the president hasn't thought about pardoning Maxwell, but he certainly has not ruled it out yet, despite growing anger and frustration from Epstein survivors.
One of those survivors was Virginia Giuffre. She was underage when Maxwell and Epstein allegedly trafficked her to several powerful men, including Britain's Prince Andrew. Giuffre died last year, but in several interviews before then, Giuffre said that Ghislaine Maxwell was even more of a monster than Jeffrey Epstein.
Ghislaine was more physically abusive in some aspects than Jeffrey Epstein even was. She almost took pleasure in the fact knowing that you were highly uncomfortable and that you were feeling sick to your stomach and that you were going through pain.
Maxwell received a lengthy prison sentence 4 years ago after she was found guilty of recruiting and grooming countless underage girls and women for Epstein's sex trafficking. Recently, the U.S. Supreme Court denied an appeal from Maxwell. Given the Supreme Court rejection, a pardon or commutation from Donald Trump is Maxwell's only option to get out of prison. In the meantime, the Trump administration has clearly been trying to make life easier for Maxwell. Following an interview that Maxwell gave to Donald Trump's former personal lawyer, Todd Blanche, who is now a deputy attorney general in the Justice Department, Maxwell was moved to a club-fed type of prison in Texas. A whistleblower says Maxwell has been receiving preferential treatment, customized meals, and even time to play with a service dog in training. Legal experts call the red carpet prison service unprecedented, especially for a convicted sex offender and sex trafficker. And now, the top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, Maryland's Jamie Raskin, has sent a letter to President Trump sharply criticizing Maxwell's perks.
Raskin wrote in part this: "You should not grant any form of clemency to this convicted and unrepentant sex offender. Your administration should not be providing her with room service, with puppies to play with federal law enforcement officials waiting on her every need, or with any special treatment or institutional privilege at all."
Democrats have also sent letters to the club-fed prison warden in Texas demanding explanations for Maxwell's cozy treatment. And there is an effort underway by Democrats and Republicans in the House to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell to testify to a congressional hearing. Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's closest associate, and she witnessed Epstein's interactions with several powerful men, including Donald Trump. For 15 years, by most accounts, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were best friends. Earlier this year, Attorney General Pam Bondi reportedly assigned nearly 1,000 FBI and Department of Justice staff to scour the Epstein files and flag every reference or image of Donald Trump. Journalist Michael Wolff, who interviewed Jeffrey Epstein repeatedly, said that Epstein showed him lewd photographs of Trump with half-naked teenage girls. Those photos were in a safe allegedly seized by the FBI. And some Republicans in the House say they've been told through back-channel sources at the FBI and Department of Justice that the Trump photos and videos in the Epstein files are even more damaging to Donald Trump than what has been publicly alleged so far. A few years ago, Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre told CBS News that Epstein and Maxwell surreptitiously recorded and kept videos of everybody.
If she squeals on some of the people that she has videos on, they won't be happy with her talking about that.
And when you say that she has videos or she has knowledge of videos that exist about people like who? People well-known names?
Very well-known names. The government officials, the politicians, the royalty, they were taping everybody every moment when you walked into the New York mansion, to Palm Beach. Everything was being filmed.
Do you think people knew they were being taped?
No.
No.
I do not. Not at all.
Back to Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. In Maxwell's interview a few months ago with Donald Trump attorney Todd Blanche, transcripts show that Maxwell stated she did not see Donald Trump behaving inappropriately around Epstein and the women. Right after making that assertion, Maxwell was taken out of the higher security prison in Florida and moved to the Club Fed in Texas, where she has been getting the concierge treatment. Is Ghislaine Maxwell telling things the Trump team wants to hear in order to get better treatment and possibly a Trump pardon? It certainly looks that way. For now, the Trump White House says the president is not thinking or considering a pardon or commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell. But as the recent Trump pardons show, there isn't much thought or review given to many Trump pardon recipients, including everybody who stands accused of wrongdoing on Donald Trump's behalf. If there isn't any good news in this Trump corruption, it's that Congress is moving closer to demanding the release of all the Trump Epstein files. And no matter what Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump claim, there are allegedly photographs and videos in the files that will show the unvarnished truth. By the way, the economic truth these days in the United States is also emerging, and the sputtering U.S. economy under Donald Trump is having a significant impact on consumer sentiment.
President Trump doubling down on the economy, now claiming that there's virtually no inflation, and most recently also saying quotes like this: "I don't want to hear about the affordability."
So I don't want to hear about the affordability, because right now we're much less. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.